let's try to do it this way. So since the last time, not sure what was the actual last time, but yeah, we've got the new boilers in here. So yeah, the two of them. So separate boilers on separate meters for gas and electricity, so tenants are able to pay their own utilities. One of the main reasons I chose to go with the natural gas boilers, simply natural gas is about 60% of the cost of electrical or oil, and the only comparable thing you could find is really just ductless heat pumps. But what they keep forgetting is that ductless heat pumps need a secondary source anyways, because they pretty much stop working as soon as you hit about 8 degrees, -8 or so. They're almost rendered useless at that point, so you would need a secondary source anyways. So I said, why not just go with natural gas, which is maybe like over a whole year $80 more than the heat pumps. So I figured, why not go with that, especially since there's natural gas available on the street, and they connect you for free. They really, as long as it's within 20 meters from the main line, they will just connect you for free. From that point on, all you have to pay for is the new boiler, and then for the monthly charges. And yeah, so yesterday the guys came in to do the spray foam, so I'm just walking around. You guys can see over here that the whole space is completely filled with a closed cell 2 LBS spray foam. So basically make sure we got the up to date, up to code insulation for all the exterior walls. The space now is a lot warmer, like seriously a lot warmer. It's not a cheap thing to do though. Both floors, so that's about 1,800 square feet of insulation, and then spray foam goes by the thickness of it. So the default one that you would see if you try to do it yourself, and you went to Kent or Home Depot and bought the kit, that's for a board. So it's a 12 by 12, so that's a square foot by 1 inch. In order to get the full insulation, you need about 3 inches of insulation. So it just cranks up very quickly. So this space here was $7,500 after taxes. So yeah, that's not a cheap job to do, but you know, you kind of do it once and it's good for the next 20, 30 plus years. And it's something this house really needed. This house is about 60 years old, and it still had the old, it was up to code back in its day, but because we opened it all up, we have to build it based to the new code. We're getting ready slowly to actually get rid of that load-bearing wall. You can see right here, so let me not twist it too much, but here you should be able to see we cut off a 16 by 16 inch block. We're gonna take it out and fill it. So right now the concrete is about 4 inches. We need 10 inches thickness for the column to hold the beam. You want to make sure that it's not going to cave under the pressure at those specific 2 points where it holds the beam. And I should probably get out of here simply because they ask you not to actually be in the space for 24 hours after they've done the job. So we're gonna lock up. We got the new doors in, brand new doors. Luckily enough, the space allows for the standard door, so whenever you can, use the standard doors that they have just in bulk, available in Home Depot, Kent, and all those. You could see here that we had to expand it a bit to make sure that it fits, but you want to use the standard doors. Anything that is smaller or bigger, that's a custom order, and that's almost double the price. Then yeah, we've got all the new windows throughout. Yeah, all new windows, so some of them still not some of them, all of them require still a trim. Since they didn't match the vinyl siding to the actual old windows, they didn't want to go all the way in. It's not a big deal. You just buy a small piece, depending on the size you need. It's called a laminated piece of pine or whatever they sell there, and you literally just attach it to the exact space you need, and then caulk all the space. So here we can see the deck door is gone, and we have a new door for the outside. We've decided to remove the whole deck completely, and we've got there all the materials for the new deck. So we're gonna have a new deck going up. Added a bit to the cost, but the old deck had no footing, so right here on the ground there should be a full concrete footing for it that is at least 4 feet deep into the ground, so it's below the freezing point of the ground. That basically allows it, make sure that it below the point where the ground will start freezing, so expanding and contracting and moving that concrete block. So basically you do it once and you're set. It's for life kind of thing. It's not gonna move anymore. And yeah, we've closed off right here, so all the windows for the bathrooms and the extra door at the back. So there used to be a door with some steps going into the kitchen. We got rid of that. We now have our own 2 separate exits, and we got the space looking a bit better in terms of we actually have some space for a full dining table. I'm talking about like a 6 or 8 seater table, so the tenants can entertain their guests and whatnot. And yeah, I'll give you guys a look at the gas meters. So that's how the gas meters look like. They just brought a line over here and then broke it up into 2 meters. You got the T right there, breaking into the 2 separate meters, so they got their own. We got the panels, so both of them used to go downstairs. We separate them, one going down and one going up. That way they have control over their own power right in their own unit. They're not dependent on each other, and it gives me a bit more control. So I've received my first full bill for the other property I own, and it was beyond anything I could imagine. It was what, $270 upstairs and another $100 downstairs. Which brings us basically close to $400 for 2 months. That's $200 a unit just in electricity. That's not including the actual oil that I have to pay on top of that, and water and all that kind of stuff. So basically I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. Basically not pay for their utilities if I can. And after we're done this project, I'm probably gonna go back to the other building that I own and go fix some of it up, because when I was working on it, I didn't have the money. I had enough just for a cosmetic upgrade, not a cheap one either, because we redid the kitchen downstairs, redid both bathrooms, all floors throughout, paint throughout, exterior and interior, fixing up a little bit of the deck and all kinds of stuff. So even that was not cheap at all, and replacement of all the windows. So it was not even a cheap cosmetic job. That's not great. They took out the LVLs. I'm not sure that they're allowed to be outside. I'll actually talk to my guy, see what he says. Stuff that contractors do, right? And yeah, so that's a quick update on the property. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, shoot me questions in the comment section. Subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Leave a like if you liked the tour and what I've been discussing, and see you next time.